Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Good evening, everyone. You know what, Zane?
What?
Today, when I was scheduling our broadcast and I was posting also the information about our broadcast on Instagram, I realized that we should have waited one more episode for 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 this game to happen because it's 15 minutes, 15 business ideas, and the number of the episode is 14. So
Oh,
one more and we would have three 15s. But
yeah. We
unfortunately,
should have waited
we
then.
were impatient about that.
Yeah. But
But
next week we'll have guests, so it should still be good.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely. So 14th episode of the second season of the Newborn Hustlers, and we are doing business ideas challenge. We have done something like that in season one, but
Mm-hmm.
I believe that we just had some time cap. There was no like goal for us to reach in terms of the quantity of business ideas.
Yeah.
But this time we decided to do it differently. We decided to be more pacey, let's say.
Yeah.
We just decided to do it in a CrossFit manner. So like we have a target, we have a
Every
time
minute
cap.
on Imom.
It's like a workout of the day, but for our business brains instead of our
Imom.
muscles.
Is it what
Yes.
they say? Imom every minute on the minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Ready?
Shall we start? Do you have
Yeah, as you can
everything
see,
ready?
timer is there.
I will get
Generate
my
word is there.
no. I will get my notepad and I will try to write down all business ideas that we will have.
Okay. Exciting. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, so the words will be here. That's the timer. So let's go. Okay, generate. User tech. That's too
Use the-
easy.
That's too easy. Yeah,
Okay, next
you
one.
can put anything to it. Application
Application.
supervisor. Okay, I had this business idea before. You know what? How frustrating it is to navigate around supermarkets, in
Mm-hmm.
particular those big supermarkets.
Yeah.
And I thought, hey, what if I could have a Google Maps, an application for supermarkets? So you just want to get the sugar from supermarket, so you don't want to spend too much time walking around supermarket looking for sugar. Instead,
Mm.
you have just Google Maps. You search for sugar, and it gets you to the point. Okay, Google
S-
Maps
Supermarket.
for supermarkets. Okay,
Good.
next one.
Next. Inspector woman.
Okay, do you have
Inspector.
something? I have something.
Go, go, go. You go.
Okay, so maybe a service that will be uh, hmm, that's
Like
a
a.
fun one. Let's
Yeah.
imagine you are living with your girlfriend and she left for a weekend and you decided to have a crazy party with your bros, but you don't want her to get pissed off when she's back, right? So you hire this woman who will come to your place and she will check the place for potential
Oh.
areas to be cleaned up, something that needs to be hide or whatever.
Wow, that is creative. I like that idea. I like that idea. That's cool. That's cool. Go. Technology and steak. Is that the steak for eating? Uh, so technology and steak. So what if there is a restaurant that's is a normal steak restaurant, but you use like super high technology? I don't know whether it's like, but this is so boring. Like you have machines, you have robots, there's no human. You walk in there, you just on your own, you don't need any human to place your order, to deliver your order, to cook your meal. Everything is like built up with technology, and you might not even need to pay because you can just walk in with a tag or whatever, and then just walk in, order what you want. It knows who you are. It's like Amazon Go or Amazon whatever fresh, that you can just walk into a shop, eat your steak, get out, and then you don't need to do your payment or whatever. It just does everything for you automatically.
Okay,
Done.
steakhouse filled with technology.
Steakhouse filled with technology. Okay, go. Magazine and Sir. Oh,
Magazines for gentlemen's, or maybe even not just regular gentlemen's, but those old school gentlemen's, particularly in England. Those guys who are, drinking, who are drinking tea sharp at 5 p.m. Guys who are driving like old cars, Rolls Royces, old Range
yeah.
Rovers. They go hunting. So a magazine specific for this kind of people.
Yeah, or a magazine that really is only written by people who are sirs, right? Like people who like what sort of activities or habits have they got, and what interests have they adopted, etc. All this sort of things. So cool. Okay, I think we can smash this quite easily. Presentation and breath. Uh, I'm thinking like a training.
Maybe something about exercise, like a breathing exercise. So
Yeah, I
I
did think
know
yeah.
how it is important to do some breathing exercises before presentation, before any public appearance, before recording a video, etc., etc. I used to do that. I used to do some breath work, some mouth work, some pronunciations and stuff like that before I start like recording a video.
Mm.
So I guess I used to look it up like via Google and finding this website with these exercises, but maybe like an application that will just walk you through and you can set like how intensely you want to warm up yourself for this presentation.
Yeah, there's the same thing I'm thinking, like breath work exercise dedicated for people who want to do a fantastic presentation, whether it's a small presentation or like a massive TED Talk presentation. There are different breath works that can help you to do that. Cool. Two security. Oh, that's a bit too easy. This like two doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can
next.
be interpreted.
Artisan impression. This is kind of like a France type of, I think it's like a France type of shop where everything that they sell is like an artisan, whether it's bakery and impression. I would say like it's like an artisan bakery, but every single bread that they do is inspired by an impressionist, like some kind of art, some kind of so every bread itself never looks the same. They're all handmade. They're all like very different. They're crafted. They're each inspired by an impressionist in terms of arts. They will draw on the bread and things like that. So that's what I would say. France artisan bakery. Okay, cool.
Amazing. That was amazing.
Next.
Judgment perception.
Oh, this is
Uh, yeah, a bit.
shall we? This is both yeah, let's do the other one
Next
because
one.
there's no noun. Oh, this
Software
is
flaw.
easy.
Uh, hmm.
Not
but at
quite
the
so
same
easy.
time, maybe a software that will help you to let's say um, clean up your thought process. Don't you think that sometimes we get so caught up in our thought process that it's really hard to like then connect the dots? So
Mm-hmm.
maybe something that will help you um, to visualize
Objectively,
your
yeah,
your thought process more clearly. But
yeah,
so maybe instead of writing something, like I really like this trees that you write when it comes to like thought process. So maybe something like that, but with voice recognition, so that you can just speak and it will draw and it will write and stuff like that.
yeah. And even like if you get stuck, you can just talk to this device or this app, and then it will help you to outline your thoughts, etc., and then help you to find a way out. It's got a self-coaching type of support in there to help you to get out of your own thoughts. Okay, cool. Story King. Oh, this is a bit easy.
Yeah.
Story about king or whatever, doesn't matter. Interaction and ratio. So My thought is that there will create like an experimental room to help people explore golden ratio in an interactive manner. Because I don't know whether you've heard, but apparently there are lots of things in our life that are built with golden ratio. I think Apple's logo is built with golden ratios. There's like this interesting ratio. I've had a book in the past where it talks about everything to do with golden ratios. So maybe there's an experimental space in the science museum or whatever that can help you to play and get real life experience of golden ratio as a concept, and then you can interact with it and then see how every parts of our life have got this golden ratio embedded in our everyday life.
Okay, next, because we are falling behind a bit right now.
Mud and
Mud,
truth.
truth. So the first recollection that I get with mud is when we did Tough
Tough
Mudder.
Mudder. Yeah.
So when it comes to truth, you know,
Oh,
mud reminds me of something dirty, and truth sometimes, truth is dirty. So maybe like a platform for expressing like dirty truth, like something.
ah.
I know that,
Confession.
huh?
Confession.
Confession. Maybe something for entrepreneurs. Maybe something more general. I think people need to know truth. People want to get some truth. So
Yeah, like an
platform
anonymous.
for platform for truth. Okay.
Okay. I'm writing it down too. Okay, next. Oh, 5 minutes. Climate and speech. Oh, this is oh, how about designing a program that helps you to create a speech based on what weather or climate is outside that best resonate with people? So, for example, when it's rainy, people will have a certain type of mood. For example, so there are speech patterns that you need to talk about. There are things that you can say that can help to connect better with them. But when everything's like nice and sunny and everything, you've got a different way of doing speech patterns. And if it's horrible, it's super cold and it's outside, then you have to give a speech, you have to give a talk, then you have to do speech patterns in a very different way. So it's a training program on speech patterns tailored on the climate or the weather that you are in at that moment.
Okay. Next one.
Okay, next one. Mood and courage.
Hmm.
Oh.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe
Uh,
some because mood and courage are very like related, because I believe that when you are in the right mood, you have more courage, right? So
mhm.
maybe some kinds of set of supplements that you will be taking, like one pill consisting of, let's say, some vitamins, minerals, and other substances that will boost your mood so that you have more courage for the day.
Yeah, boost
Courage
mood. Yeah.
supplements.
Supplements. Okay, cool. Solution and initiative. Oh, this is a bit
Next.
weird. Next, yeah. Grove pizza.
Yes.
I like this. What have you got?
And
Grove pizza. What
so
about create?
maybe startup pizza meetings. So maybe growth over pizza for business people. So business meetings, that on every business meeting like that, you will have a pizza, and people will come and look for ways to grow their businesses by
Oh,
talking about their
oh.
businesses over a slice of pizza.
What if you do fortune cookies but with pizza? So every pizza slice has got a message hidden inside the pizza. So if you're like, oh, I'm getting stuck with a business idea or whatever, you can just eat the pizza and then there's a tiny message inside that says maybe something like marketing or innovation or something like that that can help you to prompt to think about things differently.
Okay, fortune cookie pizza.
Fortune cookie pizza for growth. Okay. Assistance elevator. Fortune cookie pizza.
Uh, maybe some so maybe something connected to uh, like an some kind of a application, assistant like application that will help you to get your elevator earlier before you leave your apartment. So I'm quite frustrated when I have to wait
Ah,
too long for elevator to come when I leave my apartment. So it would be great to, to really like push a
I
button
like that.
like once I leave my apartment, so that once I will arrive at the elevator is already there.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that. I like that. Child contribution. That is quite easy. It's like the first thing I think about is like charity.
Charity, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, analysis and criticism. Um, oh, what if there is I don't want to say a framework, but maybe like a game, like a card game that you can have different questions and answers so that when you need to share feedback with someone, it can give you a way of analyzing every single feedback and then not take things as personal because there may be criticism, but they may not. It's just like a very good framework of helping you to have productive conversations about feedback, etc.
Okay, so card game to share a feedback. So giving feedbacks in a playful manner.
Yeah.
Okay, last one, last one.
Okay, last one. Let's go. Sure.
Manager, church, another one. Let's not
Okay.
get religious.
Election. No, that's hat arrival.
Okay,
You like that?
subscription service that will deliver to your doors like every month a new piece of a hat. So a new piece of a hat will arrive at your door every week, every month, whatever plan you will pick.
Yeah. Okay, let's decision instance. Virus and tension. Oh, time's up. Ding. Okay, cool.
We made it. 15.
Oh,
15.
did we get 15?
Yeah, we did get 15.
Yeah,
So
we
I will read all of them. That so all 15 ideas. So first one was Google Maps for supermarkets.
yeah.
Uh, Inspector after
Inspector woman.
parties. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it was the one when the lady comes to
comes
your
to your
flat
house.
to check whether
I
you are
like
good
that
to
idea. That's a great idea.
steakhouse filled with
With
technology.
technology. Yeah,
Magazine for old sirs or written by sirs, something like
yeah.
that. So very sirs oriented.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Warm up
Breathe,
for presentation, breath work. So
breathe.
like an
Yeah.
application. Artists bakery
Artisan
inspired
bakery.
by impressionist.
Impressionists. Yeah.
Um,
Software and thought.
Thought process visualization.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Experimental space to help you to get golden ratio.
Yeah.
Platform for truth.
Dirty
Uh,
truth.
Software to create speech relevant to the current climate.
Mm-hmm.
Courage supplements.
Yeah. Carrot supplement. Fortune cookie pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah.
Elevator assistant.
Yeah.
Card
Card
game to
game.
give a feedback with someone. To someone.
Subscription.
Subscription service for hats.
Yeah.
So
How
which
many
one?
was that?
Huh?
What is that?
15.
15?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That is fun.
Okay. So let's pick like each of us. Let's pick like 3 favorite.
Hmm.
So
Let me
for me, it would be card game to give a feedback because
Oh really?
people don't know how to give feedback.
Yeah.
Uh, Google Maps for supermarkets because I was at some point I was starting to have some serious thoughts about this idea.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh,
What I really like is I really like this. I know it sounds really artsy. It's like the French artisan bakery inspired by impressionists, but it's so good because most people don't know anything about arts or anything about
yeah.
impressionists. But if you do it in a very creative way that is like bread bakery that people can think of, then that's really, really fun. I also like this. golden ratio experiential center, because things like concepts, they are just concepts, but when you get to interact with it, experience it, and you see it everywhere in our lives, then that is really good. I also like this personally, a platform for sharing dirty truth. And this is for me, it's just like authenticity. Just be okay being who you are. Just be okay that we all have a different side of us that we may not want people to know. But if you're on a platform that you can share anonymously, then that's great.
I didn't mention the third one of mine. So the
Mm,
third one of mine would be thought visualization process, because I think that this kind of
this
application
one.
would be great for any teams that really like do some conceptualization work and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
so yeah. Uh, but conclusion from today
There
is
are, yeah,
it's very easy to come up with a business idea, but
exactly.
it's really hard to execute business idea.
It is very hard, but what's also important is that I read a book or a quote somewhere where someone says something like, "Oh, every one of us has a $1 billion idea at one point." So maybe one of these 15 actually is going to be a $1 billion business. But yeah, you're right. It's like having the idea is one thing, and then execute on it is a completely different thing, isn't it?
Yeah, like the problem is that very often we the key to any business idea in the very initial stages is research, you know. So I had an interesting conversation this morning with my girlfriend. She asked me, like, let's imagine a situation that you go back 10 years. You are 25, so like, you know, if I were born 10 years earlier, but you keep the knowledge that you have today. So I have this, like, let's say 10 years of future vision, let's say, right? And she asked me, like, and then you have 1 million zlotys, which is like, you know, 20, like $250,000, let's say $250,000. And what do you do with it back then? And at
Mm,
first I said I would start a car sharing business, because I know that, like, in 2012 they were still not a big thing, but then they started being more and more popular. So probably car sharing business. But then I thought to myself that, wait, no, I would actually use all the money to buy bitcoins, because
yes,
and then I calculated that 1 million zlotys of bitcoin would be 3.4 billion zlotys of
it's
bitcoin
crazy. Yeah, yeah.
today.
If only, if
If
only,
only, if only.
if
But
only.
you know, it's yeah. But at the same time, there's no point to really dwell over the past about what you've
Completely.
done and what you haven't done. It's better to, you know, take a lesson out of your past experiences, past actions and lack of actions, and make conclusions, make a learning, and then move on, and
Just reflect.
don't
Yeah,
do the same stupid mistake in the future.
absolutely. I agree. Cool.
Oh, okay, that's
Let's
it
leave
for
it there.
tonight.
Yep.
And I hope everyone enjoyed it as we did.
We had
And
fun.
speak to you next week.
Indeed.